out of bed, and I poke my head out the door, and they go, "Mommy, no, 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 you have to go back to bed." Huh. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Crawl in the bed, afraid that they come in with cookie trays that have food on them, and they try to make the coffee and the toast, and who knows what else. I love little kiddos.
That is cool. That's very cool. One more, anybody? Chris.
Trevor and I went to dinner for tonight. Off the oven. It was awesome. It was to celebrate our 20th.
Very good. Very good. First service, we had the 25th anniversary celebration.
That was awesome.
Which consisted of a movie and Dairy Queen. 25th is the Dairy Queen anniversary. You may not have known that, but we're letting you know that now. As your plan, you got a couple years, but DQ, baby. You can get it. You can get a blizzard and some fries.
You don't have blizzard.
No. I love food. I'm a big fan of food. I think I've mentioned this before here, but I'm still dealing with some bitterness issues about it, so this is my group therapy. I got to talk about it again. I have some real bitterness towards vegans. I don't know if there's any vegans here. I don't want to insult you. If you are, I think that's a fine, admirable way to live. But my grandmother used to be an amazing cook, and then she went to one of those health institutes and came back, and I don't know what they did, but they beat the flavor right out of her. It's a completely tragic thing, and I have a lot of bitterness because Grandma's no longer the cook that she used to be, and I used to love going to Grandma's house. And again, I'm going to tell a couple stories on vegan, and it's not that I have anything against vegan people. The problem is, I think, is that when you try to substitute food, and I don't care if you're going vegetarian or vegan or I don't know what other else there might be, but if you try to substitute something for something that it's not, it never works. Like, I like tofu. I love tofu in Chinese food. It's great. I love tofu in Thai food. It's great. I've had some tofu breakfast stuff that's great, but don't call it scrambled eggs, because it's not. You can never do these scrambled eggs. It doesn't look like it, doesn't taste like it's not scrambled eggs. It's tofu that's done breakfast style, okay? And at that point, I'm okay with it, right? Well, when we went to when I was on the road, we went to these people's house, and it's always, being on the road is scary. Because you're at the mercy of other people when they're cooking, and sometimes you get people that are really good, and then other times you're like, well, you know, I'm fasting, actually, and I can't eat this morning because this is a spiritual thing for me, and nothing personal, it's completely spiritual. And they were vegans, and they made some really good minestrone. You can do minestrone really well, vegan. You don't need to put an egg in minestrone soup for any reason I can come up with. It was really good, and then like the next day they made lasagna. Now lasagna, part of the power of lasagna, if anyone's here can give me some amen here, you know, it's the cheese. Otherwise it's noodles and sauce, which you can do vegan, but it's not exactly spaghetti. It's not lasagna. Lasagna has to have some serious cheesage in there, and so they attempted to do the cheesage. There was something inside, I don't know what it was, but on top, they had taken, and if someone's done this, I don't mean to offend you, it's just gross to me. If you like it, you know, you go with it. It's fine. All of us, there's a diversity among us, and we all need to embrace our own spiritual gifts. This may be yours, but it wasn't mine. And they've taken the soy tofu imitation cheese slices and laid them over the top of the lasagna, and then baked it. No, it's not rubber. Rubber would have been a blessing. Honey, after this, we're never going to invite anyone's house again. No one's ever going to invite us over. We might talk about it. It melted, and it was like crusted saran wrap that was stretched across. And then you have the uncomfortable thing of trying to dig out the food underneath it, because the top is frightening and what that might do to your digestive tract. So you're digging out boy. There's something about food, you know. There's something about bad food, and there's something about good food. I remember last year, for those of you who maybe caught some jokes earlier or wondering what was going on, We just completed the Bridge of the Gap bike tour yesterday, 350 miles across part of Idaho. I'm really ready for a nap right now. If I stop at some point in the swamp, you'll know why. Michael! The first year, this is the third year we did the ride. The first year that we did this 350 mile ride, it was just three of us riding the whole, pretty much the whole thing. It was Jerry and I, a guy named Craig, who got injured on the trip, so he didn't ride all of it. Sarah and Lewis rode one day or so. Anyway, after the first day, we started in Ontario, we ended it at KTSY. And so we were all going to spend the night at our own house, save logistics of trying to figure out how to do camping or whatever. And so we got done and we, starving. So we went to Olive Garden. Your name, hallelujah. And they had the unlimited pasta bowl thing going on. And pasta is good when you get done cycling because it's carbs and you need to rebuild your energy supplies quickly and your muscles quickly. And so we went and they had just discontinued the never-ending pasta. We were like, oh, come on. So, it's amazing what happens if you're nice to waitresses.
Yeah.
Christians, be nice to waitresses. Okay, I've said this before, but Christians are some of the biggest jerks to waitresses. They all get out of church and go to the restaurants, and the waitresses dread watching us walk in because they're going to ask for unusual things, be rude, and not leave tips. At least pick one of those three. Starting with the tip probably first. But anyway, we were real nice and talked to her, and she went back and they made some kind of arrangement. So Jerry and I and Sarah and Craig, the bride, they gave some kind of deal. And I was so hungry and tired, and I ate pasta at night. It was a memorable deal because I ate, and they brought me more, and I ate more, and of course they have a salad that keeps coming, and the breadsticks that if your spouse doesn't eat them as well, you have problems, marital problems. It's called eating them out of self-defense. And that night, I went to go home and go to bed, and I'd eaten so much, I'd get up and ride the next day another 50, 60 miles, and my stomach was like, what did you do? You overloaded me. And I couldn't sleep because I was so full. I was so hungry, I had eaten so much, and then I was so full, like,